This isn't the James Bond we've grown up with. There's no suit, no martini, no one-liners. 007. First Light opens with an image that immediately tells us everything has changed. A cold, snow-covered hotel tucked away in the Austrian Alps, and a young man staring into a mirror. It's Bond, but not the Bond we know. His expression is tense, even haunted. His eyes don't say suave secret agent. They say someone trying not to fall apart. And that's exactly what this version of Bond is. Unfinished, unrefined, and dangerously close to breaking. The trailer is quiet at first, almost somber, and the moment M's voice cuts in with the words, "a bullet without a gun," you realize this isn't just a fresh start. It's a complete reimagining. That line, "a bullet without a gun," carries a lot of weight. It tells us Bond is powerful, yes, but aimless. He's got the fire, the talent, and the violence in him, but no direction, no control. It also hints that MI6 doesn't fully trust him yet. He's not 007 here. He's just James. Maybe even just another risk they're hoping to shape into a weapon. We see flashes of internal conflict throughout the trailer. Briefings with superiors who clearly don't believe in him. Moments where he hesitates before pulling a trigger, and scenes where the line between right and wrong seems blurry. This Bond isn't doing things for Queen and country. Not yet. He's doing them because he doesn't know who he is without the mission. Then there's the setting. IO Interactive has crafted a world that feels gritty and grounded. From cold, steel MI6 corridors to foggy urban streets lit by flickering neon, the environments are designed to reflect Bond's unstable state of mind. The color grading is muted, the lighting is moody, and there's a consistent sense of isolation, even in public spaces. You never really feel like Bond belongs anywhere, and that's the point. He hasn't earned his place yet. He's not the legend. He's the liability. And we need to talk about Agent 009. The trailer hints that 009 has gone rogue, or at the very least, crossed a line. That sets up a parallel between two agents with similar training and similar missions, but different outcomes. It raises the question, is 009 a reflection of what Bond could become if he fails? If Bond is the bullet, then 009 might be what happens when the gun fires in the wrong direction. That dynamic could be the emotional backbone of the story, less spy versus spy, more mirror versus mirror. Overall, the first act of this trailer doesn't just introduce a game, it introduces a mindset. It strips James Bond down to his most human form. No gadgets, no smooth talk, no cinematic explosions, just a young man standing at the edge of a world that could either make him a legend or destroy him completely. And for the first time in a long time, we're not watching Bond the superhero, we're watching Bond the person. When it comes to gameplay, 007. First Light is clearly built with stealth in its DNA, but this isn't just Hitman with a British accent. IO Interactive is taking everything they learned from years of crafting open-ended, systems-driven levels and applying it to something far more grounded and personal. Bond's gameplay loop feels tighter, less methodical than Agent 47's, and more reactive to the moment. You're not building a kill plan over 30 minutes with a rubber duck and a fire axe. You're surviving, adapting, and learning how to operate under pressure. The trailer shows Bond infiltrating buildings, sneaking through crowds, and pulling off silent takedowns. But there's a clumsiness to it, and that's intentional. He's not refined. He bumps a door. He hesitates before pulling a weapon. You can tell the player is meant to feel that tension of being unprepared. It's not about being a perfect spy. It's about becoming one, and every action looks like it has consequences. You miss a stealth cue? Someone hears. You aim wrong. You bleed. There's weight in every movement. And what's really interesting is the camera work. Unlike Hitman's slightly pulled back, omniscient camera, First Light keeps the lens tighter on Bond. More over the shoulder, more intimate. It feels like a third-person thriller, not a sandbox puzzle. Environments are still layered, but you're not encouraged to experiment casually. You're encouraged to think fast and act faster. Some scenes even hint at contextual choices, like whether Bond shoots a guard or lets him walk away. And that might mean moral choices or branching consequences are part of the experience. You can also see IOI flexing their design strengths and how the environments are built. It's all cinematic, but not overdone. It doesn't look like a cutscene simulator. It looks like a controlled chaos playground, where the player has just enough freedom to feel clever, but not invincible. And let's not ignore the sound design here. It's subtle, tense, and intentionally sparse. There's no overwhelming music score during gameplay moments. Just footsteps, breathing, distant voices. That silence works. It sells the idea that Bond isn't a superhero. He's one mistake away from blowing his cover. The vibe is more spy thriller than action blockbuster. And honestly, that's the exact right call. Ultimately, IO Interactive seems to understand something crucial. Bond isn't a tank, he's a scalpel. Or at least, he will be. But in First Light, you're playing the version that's still learning how to sharpen the blade. Now let's talk secrets, the hidden details, subtle cues, and what all of this really means for the future of Bond. Or will First Light prove that there's still life and danger before 007?